We just arrived at the Lazy Acres RV Park just south of Fayetteville, North Carolina. This was one of our long travel days, but we really wanted to get here because one of the factors of living in the north is that it gets cold, and so we have to winterize our rig almost always before we're ready to leave for the winter. So we had no water in the rig except for what we could carry in bottles last night. And today we're going to de-winterize the rig because we are easily far enough south that we're not going to need to have that antifreeze in our pipes anymore. So what is winterizing? Winterizing is simple. You put a hose in a bottle of RV antifreeze, which is non-toxic. You suck it throughout the entire RV with your water pump, and therefore when it gets too cold, the pipes don't freeze. Now the challenge is, how do we get it out of there? The first step is exactly the same it is when we pull into virtually any campground. We got to get hooked up to the utilities. First we plug in our electrical management system, and then turn it on. Green lights, the power is good. When we're just staying one night in a campground, I wouldn't always hook up the sewer, but because we're planning to de-winterize, and that means we're going to be flushing water through the system, I'm also going to hook up so that we can drain it back out. Some water parks have really high pressure water, and that doesn't go well with older RVs. So before hooking up to the water, we're going to install a regulator that'll make sure the pressure doesn't get too high. Why the Y valve? Because the only thing I want to use my drinking water hose for is drinking water. If I want to wash something off or fill something up, I use a different hose for that, just in case. Up inside here is my water pump. And as you can see, it's disconnected from the freshwater tank. So I got to get that hooked up first. Open the water to the freshwater tank, and I'm going to let that run for about a minute, and then I'm going to open up this shower, and what we should see is just a little bit of pink stuff run out, and then it's going to run clear. Probably won't be able to see this, but I'll give it a try. Oh yeah, probably not coming through on the picture, but that's pink. And now it's clear. Pink, clear. Oh, even more pink. Lots of pink. Because this hot water side's coming all the way from the other side of the RV. So we're clearing out a lot of RV antifreeze with this little shower. And clear. This is the rear access to the refrigerator. So I loosen these, and there it is. That's what it looks like inside. And I'm going to need two hands for this, but I'm going to reconnect this to here, and this to here, and that ought to do it. There's one last thing to do while I'm outside, and I'm going to show it to you now. I'm not going to actually finish this till later, but I want to make sure I get a chance to show it to you at least before it gets dark. This is the water heater compartment. Before winterizing, I removed this drain plug and drained all of the water out of the water heater. And then in the next compartment, there is a bypass valve that allows me to have no water or antifreeze going into the water heater. Why is that? Well, this is a 10-gallon tank. I do need to unbypass it, but I don't want to do that till after I've cleared the antifreeze from the lines inside the house. I don't want to just push antifreeze into the water heater and then have to get that all flushed out of there somehow. Well, this is real life you're going to see. Kathy's preparing our Thanksgiving turkey soup dinner, and so the sink's already in use. Cold water first. Pink. and let it run until clear. Hot water next. A little bit of pink. And let it run until it's clear. Got to do every faucet. Don't forget the shower. Oh, one more thing inside. We're fortunate enough that we have a washer-dryer combo in our unit, and that had to be winterized too. So it also is full of pink stuff. Got to run that through a short cycle. Now that all of the antifreeze is flushed out of the plumbing, I can reconnect the water heater and let that fill up, and we're all set. That's all there is to it. Another step at the beginning of a long trip is that we need to sanitize our freshwater system. You know, that freshwater tank, it holds 100 gallons. It's really wonderful, but it has been sitting empty for a few months now, and it might be safe, but I'm just not willing to risk it, that there could be some little bacteria or mold or mildew or moss or who knows what growing in there. So what we're going to do is add a little bit of diluted bleach solution to the tank and let it sit for a few hours while we drive down the highway to our next destination. Two cups of bleach mixed in 1 gallon of water. Pour that into the tank. We're going to add about another 100 gallons of water for just the right ratio for sanitizing the tank. No, I'm not going to add another 100 gallons, pouring them in through that little spout there. I just have to flip a switch here in the wet bay and the valve will open and it'll fill right from the hose. After filling the freshwater tank with the bleach solution, you want to go inside and run each of your faucets, both hot and cold side, until you can smell a little bit of bleach smell coming out of the faucet. It's not a really strong smell, but it's there. And so once you've got enough of the bleach solution going through all of your fixtures, refill the water tank, or top it off, actually, I should say, so that there is no space inside of that either, and let the bleach solution sit inside your water lines and inside the tank for at least 4 hours, and overnight is better. Then, the next morning, what you need to do is simply drain the freshwater tank, hook up to your exterior fresh water supply, and then run clean fresh water through all of your fixtures again until you can not smell any bleach coming out of the lines. And also refill and drain that fresh water tank to get whatever bleach remnants there may be left in there. I've put a checklist that includes all of these steps on our website, www.milesandsmiles.us. Just go to the website and click on the Files tab, and a file is there for how to de-winterize your RV, how to sanitize your freshwater system, and there's also files for many of the other routine things that you need to do when you're taking care of your RV. So I know this is a lot to take in, and there are many other parts of the RV that you need to maintain properly to be able to keep it working well and so you can get the most enjoyment out of it. And so here comes the plug. I've written a new book, The Complete Guide to Owning and Enjoying an RV, and it's available on both Amazon. Well, it's available on Amazon on both Kindle and print versions, and you can look it up by title. You can look up my name, Jeff Wildrick. You can go to our website. There's a link there. And again, our website is www.milesandsmiles.us. This covers also how to plan your itinerary, how to find some good deals, lots of good things about how to get the most out of the RV lifestyle. Is there another RV system that you'd like to see a video on? If so, please leave a message in the comments and we'll try our best to get that done for you. And in the meantime, remember this: life's a journey. Make every mile count.